Friends. Welcome to daily predictions and football analysis on BetCraft. Today we're starting a new week, and before we proceed, we need to look at how we fared yesterday in our predictions. And looking at the yesterday's games, we saw a lot of success yesterday, even though there are a few that fall short. But looking at the ones that we got correctly, we saw Juventus winning outrightly, and we saw Celtic also, winning outrightly, and also going down. We saw the likes of Pax Salonika in Greece also winning their match, and Besiktas in Turkey also won their match. And we saw Upest and Ferencvaros. We saw them playing out an over 2.5, just as we predicted. And we also saw in Belgium Union Saint-Gilloise playing out an over 2.5, just the way we predicted it yesterday. Okay, and those were I also saw Sparta Prague, in Czech Republic, winning their match. It's a very big odd, about 1.84 odd yesterday. They won the match yesterday, and we predicted them to come out winners in that very encounter. And we were right in those predictions. And the ones that we got wrong are Sporting Lisbon and FC Porto. We saw them playing out draw yesterday. Surprisingly, you know, it do happen in football, but yeah, sometimes things like that happen, and you know it's a football game. Anything can happen. So, but notwithstanding, we go again today, and today we have loads of game, that we predicted, and we're going to start with the first one, which is West Ham coming up against Brentford. But before we continue in this remember to subscribe to our channel. If this is the first time you are seeing us, try and subscribe so that each time we make these predictions, you will receive it in your device as notification, so that you don't miss out when we do this. Okay, going on, we have West Ham, coming up against Brentford in England, and as usual, we're going to take a look at how they fared in their past 20, and also look at the recent games they have played, the recent 5 games they played, how they fared in their last 5 games. Okay, looking at West Ham, we'll see that in past 20 they have been able to manage 9 wins and 5 draws and 6 losses. Okay, and Brentford, on the other hand, have managed 6 wins, 1 draw, and 13 losses in their last 20 games they've played. And looking at the recent games for both teams, you see that West Ham have only managed 2 draws in the past 5 games they've played. They have drawn 2, and they have lost 3 out of the past 5 games they played so far. And Brentford, on the other hand, have lost 4, winning 1 in the past 5 games they have played so far. Okay, and we want to believe that West Ham is expected to win this game or come up with a certain good result in this very encounter, seeing that they've had a very long run of unsuccessful matches, and in this very encounter, we expect West Ham to seeing that they're playing home, to come up with a result in this game. So the verdict for this very encounter, it is West Ham to win or draw in this very encounter, because these two teams have similar form. They also have almost the same strength. So West Ham either to win or draw, seeing that they are playing in Upton Park. Okay, and the next game we have for you is in Italy, where we have Fiorentina coming up against Lazio. Okay, and in this very encounter, we also looked at how they fared in the past 20, and we could see that Fiorentina have managed 8 wins, 6 draws, and 6 losses, while their wayside Lazio have managed 6 wins, 3 draws, and 6 losses in the past 20 games they have had so far. And we can see also in the recent past that Fiorentina have won 1 out of the past 5, and have lost 3, drawing 1 also, while Lazio have won 3 in the past 5, losing 2. Okay, they had no draws. So in this very encounter, the best verdict is actually either side to win. Okay, the best verdict for this very encounter, it is 2 of either side to come up winners very encounter. And to the next encounter we have for you is also in Italy, Italian Serie A, where Roma will be coming up against Torino. And in this very game, we could look at how they are fared. We'll see that Roma in the past 20 have won 10 games and they have drawn 5, they have lost 5, while Torino have managed 7 wins, 7 draws, and also 6 losses. And in the recent past, Roma have been able to win their 2 matches out of the past 5, and they have drawn 2, losing 1 to Inter, who are the league leaders. But Torino, on the other hand, have also managed 2 wins in the past 5. They have drawn 2 and losing 1 also to Lazio in the last encounter. And this very game, seeing that Roma is at home and they will be, they are pushing for a European position, and they want to do what they can to, get a result in front of their fans. So I very much fancy Roma to win this match outrightly. So the verdict is Roma to win on this occasion. And the very next game that we'll have for you today, it is in Peru, where we have CD Los Chancas coming up against Cienciano in Peru League. And looking at how they fared, we also saw that these two teams in the past 20 games, the home side have managed 13 wins. They have had 2 draws and 5 losses, while the away side, have had 7 wins, 7 draws, and 6 losses. And you could see for the home side in the past 5 games, they have managed an over 2.5 encounters on 4 occasions, and the away side have had over 2.5 on 3 occasions. Okay, and that led us to the verdict for this very game, and the very best verdict for this very game is on over 2.5 goals coming up in this very encounter. So we expect to see 3 goals at least in this very encounter. And moving to the next game that we have for you is in Poland, where we have Walter coming up, Walter Poznan against Radomiak Radom in Polish league. And in this very encounter, we looked at the past 20. We'll see that the home side have managed 7 wins, 6 draws, and 7 losses, while the away side have had 5 wins, 6 draws, and 9 losses. Okay, and looking at how they fared in recent games, we'll see that the home side have managed 2 wins out of 5 games, and have had 2 draws and 1 loss. Okay, and the away side have also had 2 wins in the past 5 games they've played, but they also have 3 losses. Okay, and that led to the very verdict that we, gave for this very encounter, and it is home win or draw. We expect the home side to either win or draw in this very encounter. Okay, going to the next encounter, we have in Portugal, where Bovista will be coming up against Braga. Okay, looking at the past 20 for both sides, we could see that Bovista have managed 4 wins in the past 20 games, and they have also had 6 draws, and they have had 10 losses, while the away side, which is Sporting Braga, have seen 10 wins in the past 20, and they have also had 4 draws and 6 losses in the past 20 games they have played so far. And looking at their recent performance, we could see that Bovista, managed 1 win and 1 draw out of the past 5 games they have played, and they have had 3 losses. And Braga have had 3 wins and 2 losses in the past 5 games they have played, and not spending so much time in that in this prediction, we'll see that Braga, whose 2 losses came from one from Karabakh in the Europa League, and also the other coming from their encounter with Sporting Lisbon, Sporting, who is actually the league leaders at the time, and they lost that match to Sporting. So in this very encounter, we expect Braga to come up, being the stronger side, to come up winners in this very encounter. So the verdict is the away side to win outrightly in this very encounter. Okay, the next game that we'll have for you is actually in Spanish La Liga, where we have Girona coming up against Rayo Vallecano. And we know how very good Girona have been in this season, even though in the recent run of form, they have actually pedaled a little bit, seeing them lose back-to-back games, one against Real Madrid and the other one against Atletico Bilbao in La Liga. And also managing just one win out of the five past games they have played. That win coming from the away win against Celta Vigo. But the away side in the past five have not seen any win. They have managed two draws and they've had three losses in their past five games. Okay, looking at you know also noting the fact that Girona have dropped to third in the La Liga league in the La Liga, and they want to also do their best to come up, better, to try to put more pressure to the likes of Barcelona and Real Madrid, who are topping at the moment. So in this very encounter, we expect Girona to come up winners in this very encounter. Outright win, outright win for Girona. That's our verdict for this very game. And the last game that we have for you today is in Turkey, where we have Galatasaray, who's ranked second, coming up against Antalyaspor in the Turkish league. And we also know that Galatasaray is a wonderful side this season, and they have been scoring and winning their matches very well. In the past 20, they have been able to win 15 games in the past 20, and they have had three draws and two losses, while their away side have been able to manage 8 wins, drawing 8 and also losing 4 times in their past 20 games they have played. And seeing that Fenerbahce have won their match and have gone up, in the Turkish league table, I expect Galatasaray to also do very well to try to, see what they can do, see how much they can get, against this very team. And also looking at the recent form, we see that in the past five, Galatasaray have won 4 out of the past 5, losing 1 to Sparta Praha in the Europa League, while the away side have only managed 2 draws in the past 5, and they have had 3 losses in the past 5 games. Okay, and that concludes our predictions and our analysis on BetCraft today. And I want to urge you again, if it is the first time, remember to subscribe, remember to share the video so that we reach out to other audiences. And I wish you the best of luck, and I hope to see you again tomorrow for the next predictions.